Alright, this is a simple video on simple overview for our Samsara app that we use for our drivers. This is basically a little bit of a training video to get a new guy or anybody up to speed on how we want this done. So just the login, the top here is always going to be that /moving-LLC. You're going to have your first initial last name, login. It's typically _1. So you sign in here. First thing you're going to do is you're going to select a vehicle. So whatever vehicle you're using for that day, you're going to hit. I'm going to use truck 1 for this. You're going to confirm it, and then you're going to hit done. If you go back to that screen, it says shipping ID underneath. You don't need to worry about that. That's if we have like some documents that are supposed to be correlated, like a bill of lading document or number, but we're not going to use that. So you're just worried about the vehicle. Then you get to this screen and you have your hours of service right there in blue, your DVIR right there in green. The next thing you want to do is you want to hit the green DVIR, and you want to go to the bottom here where it says create DVIR. You're going to hit that. You're going to go on duty. So it's putting you on duty. This looks like my location status isn't on, but yours should be on. So set duty status, my location. Okay, and then now here we are. We're in the DVIR. You're doing a pre-trip and a post-trip. So this top portion here, which is where it says vehicle VIN, location, that should all be in there, staying in there, preloaded. Now it says choose inspection type. You're going to have your pre-trip and your post-trip. Your pre-trip is what you're going to hit in the morning. Then you're going to take pictures of the truck and your inventory sheet. So I'm not in front of the truck right now, but I'll just take a picture of my desk instead, which is crazy. But bam. So I'm going to use that photo. There you go. So, you're just taking a picture of the front, the back, and then the completed inventory sheet. Now, if there's any defects that you notice, all right, maybe the tire is partially flat or anything, windshield wiper is not working, or seatbelt is jammed up, or whatever it is, you're going to hit add defects, and then you're going to put in your defects by either searching it up here. All right, I think you can pick other down there at the bottom, and then you can put in whatever you need to put in. And then I do know that if you pick one of these, let's say a light's out, okay, there's a picture thing that pops up so you can take a picture of it. All right, so after you do that, if needed, hopefully you don't need to, I'm going to get rid of that. And then you're going to either hit safe to drive or unsafe to drive. If it's unsafe to drive, you're obviously going to come let us know. So you're going to hit safe to drive. Then you're going to hit next. All right. Now you're good. You should be good. You're going to hit certify and submit. So you're certifying that you did the pre-trip, everything's safe, and that's legally what we need to do. So now you're going to go in this back arrow up at the top. You're going to hit. So it says here now that you're on duty at the top of this. You've been on duty for 2 minutes, it says. So you're going to go to HOS, which is your hours of service. You're going to hit that. This is your basically breakdown of your cycle. So it has your drive time. You're allowed to drive 11 hours in a day with a 14-hour shift and a 70-hour work week. So basically it's tracking that for you. Right now it says I have 11 hours I can drive today. I still have 13 and a half hours left in my shift, and I have practically the entire week left still to work. So if you go down here and it says log here, this is what we're doing this for, and this is what, you know, the police would want to see if you needed to. Basically, as you can see, they're logging a 24-hour period, basically. So it's, you know, 2 12-hour periods. Where, if you look at it in these blocks, the block is each block's an hour. And each line is a quarter hour. So, where it says off at the top, that means you're off duty. So it says I wasn't working at all until 10 a.m. And then the next one down is SB. That's sleeper berth. So that doesn't apply to us. We don't have any sleeper berths on our trucks. So that's more CDL, you know, tractors. So those are that's gonna be left blank all the time. Then you have your driver. You're driving. So where it's the green and where it says D, whenever the truck's moving and you're driving, there should be a line through that tracks that. Now, with the truck moving, it should automatically be tracking that. And then on duty is, you know, you're working, but you're not driving. So that's what we're logging day by day. And essentially, you want to make sure you're on duty. That's all you got to really do is make sure you're on duty and then off duty at the end of the day. It should be tracking your driving automatically. All right. So certify submit. I'm not ready to certify that yet. I was just showing you, so you're on duty here. Now, you can see it says down here, certified, 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 uncertified. So, it's obviously uncertified because I'm not done today yet. But the certified part here is basically you putting your stamp of approval saying, hey, this is true, correct, accurate, and I've certified the log. So if you were off for 3 days, okay, and you come in, you go in, you log in, you go on duty, you work, you come back, and you hit off duty, it might prompt you and say, hey, you have 4 logs that aren't certified yet. That's no problem. It just means you were off, you know, and it's just you're certifying that, hey, I was off, I didn't work. So you're going to hit yes, I want to certify those. So basically every day needs to be accounted for. So you're certifying that, and that's good. Now, if you forget and maybe you forgot to go off duty at a hotel one night or something stupid like that, it's going to mess everything up. Now, we can edit that. So you don't want to certify something that isn't correct. So you can edit it or the management can edit it, but the best thing to do is to remember to do it. But, you know, if you make a mistake, we just need to correct it. So let me demonstrate going off duty here. You would click here, and then there you see right there it says off duty. All right. Now, before I go off duty here, you have driving team here. As you can see down here in the right-hand corner. Click on that. This is if you were going on an interstate with another driver, obviously. So instead of you guys both having an iPad and manually going on and off, you know, this log is connected to the truck. And so it knows when it's stopping and all that. So basically, you are adding a passenger. Let's say I was doing an interstate with Rob. Rob would log in. And you guys are both logged in. And then you just switch. If you switch driving, one guy goes to driver, the other is either on duty or off. Great question that I don't know the answer to is whether or not you are considered on duty if you're a passenger or off duty. I think there's a gray area there. I think you could say, hey, like I'm taking a nap, I'm not working. So, yeah, I mean, I think for the purposes of this, you're going to put on duty and then driving, and then when you switch, you just switch that, all right? So, that's pretty much it. Let me see here. Driver settings, you don't need to worry about any of that. Now, I may have to make another video, but you can add remarks to this. If something doesn't make sense or something, you can put 11:41 a.m. I was in Topeka, Kansas, eating Subway. So, yeah, I mean, you can definitely edit some things and do what you need to do to certify the log. But the other thing I wanted to see here, yeah, if you get a roadside assistance, I believe if they want to see your log, okay, you're going to be going to roadside right here. Now, if the cop's cool, they might just say, hey, let me see your log, and then you see up here at the top where you can go back in dates. Obviously I've been off, and as you can see, even though I've been off, these logs are certified here. So he might, and since they're certified, and I haven't been off, I just haven't driven, because I don't drive right now. But if we're driving, obviously these would be certified correctly. But this is not illegal. If I started driving and all of these were certified 0 hours, it's because I was in an office and not moving or driving. So, anyways, if you're on the road and you get pulled over and they want to see your logs, they're either going to ask you to look back at that, or they're going to want you to transfer them over. So you're going to hit transfer at the top right here, and then you're going to email it to DOT or email it to myself and then forward it to them. But somehow you need to get to them. I think, knock on wood, we haven't had to do this, but if they request this, it's going to send them either a week's log or whatever they need. So that is that. Now let's say you get back to the shop, and what you're going to do is you're going to do a post-trip and then log out. You're going to go post-trip, off-duty, then log out. So you're hitting DVIR, Vehicle Inspection Report here, create DVIR, vehicle only. Now it's obviously still your vehicle. You're going to go post-trip. Now what we want you to do is take a picture of the back of that truck to make sure that the truck is locked and the padlock is on. And so take pictures of the truck. If anything happened during the day, any defects, you're going to add it here. And then you're going to hit safe to drive. If it's not safe to drive for whatever reason, you need to let us know. But then you're going to be hitting, so let me demonstrate the picture again. All right, there's the back of my truck. I put the padlock on it. I'm going to use the photo. Bam. The other thing you're doing is you're taking a picture of your driver checklist, your post-trip checklist. So, making sure that the truck's locked. I'm just taking a picture of a blank piece of paper, but, you're making sure the keys are hung up, the payment's put in the mailbox, the back of the truck's locked, the trash is out, everything's locked, the lights are off. We need you guys to pay attention to that sheet and do all those things. Okay. So then you're hitting next, certify and submit, and that's it. You've done a pre-trip and a post-trip that day. Look, I did the pre-trip at 10:34. It was safe to drive. When I got back at 10:45, it was also safe to drive. So now I'm at this screen. It still says I'm on duty up here. You can go to the top here and click there and then hit off duty. You can also hit hours of service and then this and then off duty. All right. If you want to check your log to make sure it's accurate, hit log. Look at the lines up here. I've been logging in and out and messing with this, so it's all over the place. But if I started the truck and started driving, there should be a line right where the green is, okay? And that should be there automatically. And then when the truck's turned off and you come in, it should, put you back on duty until you log off and go off duty yourself. Okay, so now I'm going to go off duty. Bam, off duty. Hit save. Now it prompts you to go off duty and sign out. Yeah, you want to sign out because you may not be using that truck again tomorrow. It might be somebody else. So you definitely want to go off duty, sign out. Now, if you have some uncertified logs, it might prompt you right here as well. Do you have any uncertified logs? If you do, and it was just, you were off, then hit yes, I want to certify the logs and sign out, okay? If you have an uncertified log and it's because you forgot to clock out and go off duty yesterday and it kept you on duty for a long time, then you need to go back in and revise that and then go off duty. Because otherwise it's going to mess with your cycle and your allocated 70-hour. The other thing I wanted to talk about is a violation. So if it says in red over here that you're in any type of violation, it should say it over here. It'll also tell you on your log over down here. It'll say, hey, you're over your amount of hours for that day or whatever. Okay, and this isn't just for us. This is for the Department of Transportation. So, this is dealing with legality, and so we need to take this seriously. All right, and that concludes this video. The other thing here, I'll go off duty, and I wanted to show you one other thing. So off duty save. Now I don't have any other logs to certify, so I'm gonna hit the top one and sign out. Like I was saying, it will ask you to certify logs if you have any that aren't. The other thing I wanted to say is every GPS has a co-pilot. Co-pilot down here at the bottom, right there. This is our trucker GPS. This is for trucking GPS. So it knows the size of your truck. It's going to keep you off of roads that you're not supposed to be on, especially going up in the Northeast, or if you're around here, it's going to steer you away from bridges. It's designed for trucking. I implore you to use this instead of Google Maps. This is a paid-for subscription, so it's on every GPS. If you feel like you're not sure where you're going or you get into harm's way, pull this up. It takes 2 seconds. Put it in. And thank you.